Sakura and Kenji had been married for 5 years, and their lives were intertwined in many ways. Both worked at the same company in Tokyo, spending their days in neighboring offices, often passing each other in the hallways or meeting for quick lunches during busy workdays. They had built a comfortable life together, enjoying the steady rhythm of work and home. But behind the peaceful facade, something was slowly unraveling. Kenji had always been proud of his ability to provide for their future. He dreamed of owning a larger home, taking vacations abroad, and living a life free of financial worries. In pursuit of this dream, he made an impulsive decision. He borrowed a large sum of money to invest in a high-risk business venture, hoping for quick returns. He didn't tell Sakura, wanting to surprise her when everything worked out. Unfortunately, things didn't go as planned. The investment turned out to be a failure, and Kenji was left with an enormous debt. As the days passed, the weight of his secret began to crush him. He couldn't sleep, and his performance at work suffered. Every time he looked at Sakura, guilt gnawed at him. He knew he couldn't hide it any longer. One evening after dinner, Kenji finally confessed. "Sakura, I've made a terrible mistake," he began, his voice shaking. He explained everything: how he had borrowed money without telling her, how the investment had failed, and how they now faced a mountain of debt. Sakura sat in stunned silence, trying to process the news. She felt a mix of anger, betrayal, and fear. But more than anything, she felt a deep sense of responsibility for their future. After a long silence, Sakura spoke softly. "We'll get through this, Kenji. But we need to face it together." The following weeks were a blur of financial meetings and discussions with loan officers. Sakura, determined to help her husband and keep their life together from falling apart, made a decision. She would take on more work at the company to pay off the debt faster. Sakura was already a diligent employee, known for her efficiency and attention to detail, but now she pushed herself even harder. She began staying late at the office, working weekends, and volunteering for extra projects. Her colleagues noticed the change. Sakura, once cheerful and sociable, became more withdrawn, her focus entirely on her work. The long hours took a toll on her, but she kept going, fueled by a quiet determination to protect her family and help Kenji. Kenji, on the other hand, was racked with guilt. Every time he saw Sakura come home late, her face pale with exhaustion, it pained him. He tried to help where he could, taking on more responsibilities at home, cooking dinner, cleaning, and doing anything to ease her burden. But he knew it wasn't enough. No matter what he did, the debt loomed over them like a dark cloud. Months passed, and slowly, with Sakura's relentless effort, they began to chip away at the debt. The strain, however, was evident. Sakura's health began to suffer from the constant overwork. She had trouble sleeping, her appetite decreased, and she became prone to headaches. Kenji watched helplessly, realizing the cost of his mistake wasn't just financial. It was wearing down the woman he loved. One night, after Sakura came home from another long day, Kenji sat her down. "Sakura," he said, holding her hands,